Hi, guys. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Can you guys hear me okay? I have to still look up and grab the video for today. Today's an interview day. Today we have T AVoiceDownunder. Sorry, I'm like scrolling and looking at the same time. I don't know why it's not showing my downloads. I'm trying to find it. Okay, here we go. This will get me it. Found it. Great. So my caveat, guys, I'm not going to
Hi, guys. Look who we have today. We have T.
It's not supposed to play yet, but it starts playing as soon as I put it on for some reason. It shouldn't do that. It's annoying. So yeah, good morning, everybody. Hi, Cricket, Stars here, Styles here, Irish is here. Who else do we have? Kathy. Good morning, Kathy. And yeah, that's everybody. So we have an interview today. Guys, you're not going to like everybody I feature. I'm not featuring the person so much as I'm featuring the good works that they do. So today's interview is T, and I'm going to just let it play. And I'm going to be in chat, so that'll be nice. Cricket can take a break if he wants. Irish can have a break, and I can drop links. Okay, guys, here we go.
T from AVoiceDownunder.
Hello, everyone.
She is in Perth, Australia. And how long have you been doing your channel now?
It was actually my 2-year anniversary last week.
Congratulations. It seems so much longer because you put out so much content. It seems like at least 5 years worth of content.
Oh, it feels a lot longer. Yeah, it's I'm sure it was like 2.5 years, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you. What?
Sorry, I've been in the community for about probably 6 months before I started actually going live and making content. So yeah.
How did Scientology come on your radar?
Many years ago, I read Jenna's book. So yeah, and I was just blown away at how awful children are treated and kind of like programmed like machines, and just had a childhood taken away from her like that, and the constant repetition and abuse, and I actually looked into a lot of cults. I kind of got this fascination with cults and how, the actual, I guess, psychology behind it. I've always been very interested in human behavior and how these people come under this spell, So I really, really deep dived into the psychology of it and the mind control and everything. And it just fascinated me. Then I moved to Australia and worked on a cattle ranch, and I was in the middle of nowhere and had a kid and stuff like that. And and then just found myself sort of being at home a lot. I'm a full-time carer for my son, and wanted a project or something to, I like to have something to work on. I've always kind of been a helper and had lots of waifs and strays in my house and things like that. That's just how I don't know, I've just grown up like that. I think because I left home when I was 15, I was in an abusive and kind of rocky childhood myself. So and just got back into looking into cults and stuff. And I was like, I wonder if Scientology is kind of still around. And I looked into it and I was like, oh my goodness, found Aaron's channel, followed him religiously, used to watch him every day, and saw all the other little channels going out protesting. And I thought that this is something I could get involved in. This is I can resonate with a lot of the abuses and stuff. And it's just terrible that it's going on. And it seems, because there aren't that many members, it seems achievable to take it down, or I shouldn't say take it down, but to spread awareness and maybe hopefully help it shrink.
What content on your channel are you the most proud of?
I think I was really proud of the detective work of what Scientology has been doing in African countries, in Uganda and Ghana especially. managed to uncover a whole scam going on with the volunteer ministers in Uganda, and in Ghana, actually prevented a church and an applied scholastics building being built there, and made great friendship with a great guy out there who was almost duped by Scientology. What happened was, so I spend a lot of time on Facebook communicating with Scientologists on there, just in the hope of, planting some seeds and telling them the truth, and making them aware of the abuses, just so they have an informed choice of what they're getting themselves into. And a lot of the way that Scientology are getting into small countries and African countries and Asian countries is through their front groups, in especially the volunteer ministers, Drug Free World, The Way to Happiness. And they do this online. They recruit people online. They do free courses, and they get them in that way. And that's what happened to this lovely guy who I've got an interview with on my channel. He was sort of enticed in with free Way to Happiness booklets, and then went on to do the VM course. And then eventually they actually wanted to recruit him to the Sea Org, and they sent him the contract and everything, and he was ready to go. He applied for the visa, and luckily it didn't go through. So he'd put up a post, also going back to, he owned a piece of land, and he put a post up about this piece of land being approved to build the Applied Scholastic Centre on. And I was like, no, so I private messaged him, and I said, look, please, I just want to warn you about this organization, And most people tell me to get lost. I don't know what I'm talking about, and this, that, and the other, because I'm an SP, But this guy didn't. He said, I'm really worried. Please tell me more. And we just ended up talking, and he pulled the plug on everything. So he runs an amazing charity where he works with communities in northern Ghana. I don't think he doesn't get any government assistance or anything. He helps FGM survivors. He helps children with education. Some of them, they don't even have books to read. And that's what the Way to Happiness, that's how they got him in, because they didn't even have any books to read, to learn from. So he thought, free books, So that's why he put them off on that offer. And he takes people into his own home, like rape victims. And, he's an incredible man. It's the Centre for Communities, Education and Youth Development, so CCEYD. It's community-based, non-government, and it's in northern Ghana. They help FGM victims, rape victims, helping children with education who don't even have any books to read, So that's what was enticing about these free Way to Happiness books. When children don't even have books to read, to learn, then that's going to suck people in vulnerable communities and stuff. So I think it's really important, and I would love it if people could show him some support. He's on Facebook. He's not on YouTube. The signal there is a bit sketchy. You can see in our interview, but yeah, it would be great if anyone wants to support him, then hopefully we can have the link in the video. That would be great.
Yeah, I'll put the link to your interview as well as the link to his charity in the description.
Thank you.
How would you best explain Scientology to someone who doesn't know about it?
The most sophisticated mind control operation in the world. Simplified. I think they're a predatory. I don't want to make myself look like I'm, because they'll go, oh, you're a bigot, and put you on a stand league. But mind you, I've been trying hard to get onto stand league for the past couple of years. But yeah, it's a predatory worldwide criminal organization, in my opinion. That's my opinion.
I've been enjoying talking to you so much that I forgot to play any clips. Let's play a clip from one of your interviews. Here's a clip from an interview you did with Jamie Mustard.
Child X is the first literary work ever written on the subject of Hubbard's abomination of what he did. It is literary. It is written as it's true, but it's written as a novel. I mean, one of the reasons I decided to write it is the publisher said, you can do this with artistry. You can make a painting, right? Because one of the problems I had with it is so effing dark, especially the first third of the book. I just thought to myself, how can I write this in a way where people aren't going to throw up in their mouths or just be like, they can't take it. But when the publisher agreed that I could write it as a painting,
Yeah.
I could really use prose, beautiful prose, and write it novelesque, and that would offset the ugliness of what you're reading.
Yeah, I really enjoyed interviewing Jamie. He is a good friend. He's absolutely amazing, has an amazing mind. Yeah, and unlike me, he's very, very good at putting things into words. And he asks me, you know, because he asks really good questions, really deep questions. And I'm always like, but yeah, I have his book. I have both the book and the audio. He does the audio in his own voice as well, which is fantastic.
Hold up the book again and say the title.
Oh, yeah. Child X by Jamie Mustard. Came out last year.
You know, I just bought the book on Monday.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet. I'm a little intimidated starting it because I know how upsetting it's going to be for me.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy, but, you know, it's kind of broken up to talk about his family history as well. So the way he's done it like that, it's kind of makes it a little bit more palatable. But yeah, I think it's a very, very important story. It needs to be told.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have been doing protests. So let's play a clip from you protesting in Edinburgh.
Would you like to know about this? How do you know what happened?
I have friends who have been places my daughter works for.
Right.
And like just
She works against hidden traffic.
she works for hidden traffic.
Right.
And
Okay.
invisible traffic even. Yeah.
Is that like helping people with human trafficking?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Is that based in Edinburgh?
No,
Oh wow! Amazing, amazing. So has she heard quite a few? Like, has she helped people from Scientology? Or?
Because we don't know exactly what she does, but yeah,
Right.
we were just contacted Jehovah's as well.
Right.
And I was
Yeah.
like, no, they're a cult.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know a few survivors from them, and I had a friend at school who just disappeared and we never saw her.
Oh,
from her again.
yeah. Well, we've got a worldwide movement going on. But yeah, please, if you'd like to subscribe to some of these channels and support us, that'd be amazing.
Hey?
We're protesting against it.
So that was amazing. You got to go to Edinburgh. You got to meet up with Joe and Irish, and you got to get in the org too, didn't you?
Yeah. I still haven't put that footage out there. Amir's fine with me putting it out there, so I might do it. But it's kind of like all over the place, and yeah. And he gives me a stress test, and I cry, and you know,
Oh yeah.
so, yeah. But I might put it up. Yeah. So that was Scotland's actually my hometown, my home country. I was born and raised in Glasgow, so it has a very special place in my heart. And you know, although I'm based down under, I do like to I go to the UK sometimes twice a year, depending what's going on. And yeah, I will do all I can while I'm over there as well. I've gone undercover in Narconon in the UK, in the London org, in Edinburgh org. Yeah, and I plan on doing a lot more when I go there next time. So yeah, because they are trying to open their ideal org building this year in Edinburgh, which is a huge building. I also cover that on my channel. We went to look at the empty building, and it's right next to student accommodation. So as usual, they're targeting the young students, and a lot of foreign students come in. They use the same MO here in Australia. We get a lot of Asian students coming over from the Philippines and Taiwan. Taiwan has 11 Scientology buildings there.
Wow.
So it's a huge recruitment tactic of them is to target students. So we actually went into the student accommodation next to the empty ideal org building, and I made up like hundreds of leaflets and asked the lady on the reception to please, if she wouldn't mind distributing them or putting them somewhere where the students would get them. So to hopefully spread some awareness, because, you know, Amir joined because he liked Tom Cruise. So the one they're in at the moment is like a 3-story or 3 or 4-story building. They've got the top floor, and then it's at the entrances at the bottom, and there's big steps that go up. and the middle floor is accommodation, because we actually spoke to some people that lived in the middle bit, and they've now purchased the bottom floor, which they're going to renovate as a life improvement center. And yeah, so if you want to see Amir's story, he's been on various channels. He escaped from Scientology just over a month ago now, I think. We were there in October, me and Jojo, and went in and met him. Lovely young guy, and really proud of him for speaking out, on the abuses.
Yeah, that's such a rare exception that someone who's so freshly out has been able to speak out.
Yeah.
So if you could talk to a current Scientologist, what would you tell them?
I've actually spoken to quite a lot of current Scientologists already. I do speak to a lot behind the scenes. There have been an influx of younger Scientologists from the age of 16 and up, especially on TikTok, that I have spoken to, who you can hear, like when you're talking to them, that they've been trained, the way they've been brainwashed, how to deal with people that speak badly of their church, but with planting seeds with a few of them, I had one young person saying that they wanted to join the Sea Org. And everything I've kind of said, and I'm always very kind and compassionate, and that we're all human, and they, they're being, in my eyes, they're being deceived and brainwashed. So take that into account and be friendly and warm and welcoming. I've actually, the one that said they wanted to join the Sea Org, I've kind of said, okay, well, just be careful, and there is this help available, and da-da-da. And then when they've gone to say goodbye one day, they've said, I'm scared. I want to leave. I'm scared.
Aww.
So yeah. And I've had similar a few times. So really kindness and compassion works better than anything, in my eyes.
Absolutely.
All types of protests are valid, obviously. You get people protesting that have been in Scientology and are traumatized. And I can't imagine
a lot of anger. Yeah.
No, I can't imagine what it's like to go back to the place, and I've been with a former Scientologist, and, I've been with Miriam Francis when she's gone to the Melbourne org and seen her, and how it's affected her. So, we just have to take all of this into account and just be kind and,
Yeah, you've met up with a lot of different protesters. Is there a former Scientologist that you haven't met up with yet that you would most like to meet up with and protest with?
Gosh, there's so many. So many. I'd love to meet up with Lara. I think she's fantastic. I'd love to meet Tori. Just so many. I couldn't choose one.
Yeah.
I couldn't choose,
Well, those are both really good answers, because they're both amazing. What advice would you like to give to people thinking of protesting that you've learned while being out protesting?
The biggest piece of advice all around the world, wherever you are, is just stay within the law. You can still get your point across while staying in the law, because you don't want them to have any ammunition against you. Just stay safe. Just stay within the law. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give. Yeah.
Who would you most like to see escape Scientology?
Oh gosh, that's a tough question.
It is.
All of them.
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing if Shelley escaped, but just the kids, just all the kids, I have been speaking to another 16-year-old that is stuck. Not going to say where, but it could be anywhere in the world. I do speak to people all over the world, but their parents are public and they're made to go to Scientology, and they don't like the auditing. They don't believe in any of it, and they just go along with it, and they don't know who their family are, because the parents have not told them who their family are. So they don't even have anywhere to go. They're only 16.
Oh, wow.
So people like that, I just wish there was a way to help them. All you can do is just give them the resources and just hope one day that, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we already talked about your biggest win. What's your biggest regret from your activism?
Biggest regret.
You don't even have to have one. Maybe you don't regret anything. Maybe all of it's been worth it to you. You've done amazing work.
We learn from everything, don't we? I think taking the bait when people have tried to sort of when people have kind of tried to rile me up and stuff. But I'm only human.
Yeah.
So,
do you think we'll ever see Shelley?
I don't know. That's another tough one. Very good question. I think she's in very, very deep. She's very controlled. I mean, you just look at Heber. He was there, so he died. You know,
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, I do think she will be another Heber and possibly die in there.
Let's play a clip of where you caught operatives of Scientology at the Bondi massacre site.
What the actual fuck? What are these guys doing at the site of the Bondi massacre?
The way to happiness. Give your bloody head a wobble, will ya? Honestly, as if that's going to help. Yet again, the yellow jackets, or the vulture ministers as I like to call them, are targeting people who are grieving, people in distress at a disaster site and milking it for their own benefit. The volunteer ministers are a Scientology group. They turn up at disaster sites wearing bright yellow jackets so everyone can see them, take loads of photos for their PR campaign. They may also try to recruit people into the Church of Scientology. Sometimes they put up fancy little yellow tents and give people touch assists or nerve assists, or they give out their little booklet, The Way to Happiness, which is basically a rip-off of the 10 Commandments, you know, reminding people to brush their teeth and be kind to people. Don't murder people, stuff like that, you know, obvious stuff. The photos they take at disaster sites are
what the actual...
I actually chose this for two different reasons. One, because I wanted to show how they try to insert themselves and con people. But also I wanted to show this amazing merch T has with her Vulture Ministers line. They're amazing. I love them. So talk about that clip, please.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awful, and it happens every time there are bushfires in Australia, floods. But this one really, really, really peed me off. You know, people lost their lives. This has rocked the entire country. You know, and for them to come along, and so I'm not going to reveal my source, but it was a post, and on the post people are putting, give them the Way to Happiness booklets, like another Scientologist was saying that. How the hell is that going to help anyone when, you know, grieving families?
Brush your teeth and don't murder, and that's going to make it better.
A child was killed, you know, shot down. Like, it's just insane. And then they're snapping happy selfies. Like, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? You know, like, yeah. And that's why I said, give your head a wobble. Like, it's so gross to me. It really, really, really angers me. So if I ever see any evidence of any of the VM tents, the Dianetic tents, anything, I always get in touch with the Shire that's in charge of, you know, wherever they're putting these tents up and stuff, and have successfully had them removed from local markets and stuff like that. And I urge others to do the same if they want to, because it's not okay, and it's dangerous to be telling people that touch assists can take away your illnesses. You know, they did it to Jojo. Amir said it to Jojo. He said you can wean yourself off your medication. He did say, I'm not giving medical advice, but he said he was adamant that this will work. You will be able to come off your medication. You know, and it's so dangerous, so dangerous. And many Scientologists have died because of it as well. So it's not good. Yeah.
Well, you win on so many levels too. First of all, your content is amazing. You do such in-depth research. You do so many amazing interviews. So just the activism itself is on point and amazing. But then on top of all of that, you're so productive with your content, and you're so good at editing, and your AI, and you're funny, and you know, you hit all the right spots. And I really appreciate you for that. And I think you deserve more credit. And I hope everyone who watches this goes out and subscribes to T and checks out A Voice Down Under. Thank you so much for coming on and being with me today.
No worries. And I have lots more plans. I've just been having a few health issues, but I have so many more plans, so many more interviews, protests and stuff. And we would love some more people to get involved in Australia. I've got people on standby in Sydney, in Melbourne, you know, that really just want some people to go out there with them and help with activism. So please get in touch with me at perthaudit@gmail.com if you would like to get involved in Australia. You don't have to go out there and protest. There's things that can be done behind the scenes, emails, letters, just anything. Like, please get in touch. I would really love to meet you and speak to you.
Yeah, there's so much that can be done anonymously. So, I mean, you can get involved at any level that you're comfortable with. So
Yeah. We've got a lot of things going on. Sorry, we've got a lot of things going on with the Victorian inquiry is still having the hearings and stuff. We've had lots of submissions. I think over 300 submissions, many of them from Scientologists. One from a Scientologist accusing them of bigotry and all sorts of stuff, you know. And we're going to see the results of that inquiry in September, and then we're hoping that, depending on the results, we can roll it out into all the states around Australia, because it's for people who shall I ramble on? So sorry.
You know, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm thinking, gosh, I was trying to wrap it up, but yet I forgot to show one more clip, and I want to feature what you do, the call-in sometimes in Los Angeles, and I have a feature for that too. And I had another short lined up too. That was funny.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna show one of the clips. No, don't shut up. I think if it goes on naturally, then that was meant to be. But here is a clip.
I've got so much to say, honestly. I need to start.
I know. Well, here's a clip I did from her call-in to the Los Angeles Board of Public Works. Here we go.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. You have 60 seconds to offer your general public comment.
I want to mirror everything that the other people have said, and it's honestly getting beyond a joke now. You know, it's week after week, Scientology just doing whatever they want, shutting down public streets for their events when they've got a huge car park there that they could easily use. So why can't they just keep it on their own property? You know, they do this to show dominance, to prove that they can get away with things nobody else could get away with, and that's been a pattern for decades. And then we see Dianetic stalls popping up all over LA as well, trying to pull people in under their false pretenses. When are people going to wake up and stop this organisation from spreading its poison? Their leader, David Savage, currently has 5 lawsuits out on him. Isn't that enough? Things like human trafficking and coercive fundraising. It's time LA stops letting them walk all over them. Thank you. I yield back my time.
I remember the first thing you said to me was, why is there a pterodactyl? Is there a pterodactyl?
Yeah, I love the pterodactyl. And there's so many like new species of dinosaurs and stuff that have been found in Australia. So it kind of fits with the dinosaur thing down here, you know? I love it.
Well, I like to throw in something funny because those calls are so serious. And, you know, so I did a lot of clips with people's call-ins, and I threw something funny into each one of them. Like in mine, I'm in curlers in my kitchen rambling on the phone, and then there's the kids make a fire at the stove behind me. So I did something funny for each of them, so it wasn't completely just serious, because I want to attract people to watch, and sometimes funny hits differently and makes it a little bit more palatable. But
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I just want to say, Antics, I think you're absolutely fabulous. Your AI skills are on point, but also what you do for this community and uniting people with humor and kindness and love and, you know, just acknowledgement. It's absolutely fantastic what you're doing, and I absolutely love it and appreciate it so much.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. You know, I really try to bring people together instead of having everyone like at each other's throats, because it is such an emotional topic that people get a lot of emotion, a lot of feelings. And so it's really easy to direct some of that towards each other instead of just at Scientology. So I try to bring the focus back to any feelings like that to go towards Scientology. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Anyway, thanks for coming in. There's so many clips I could play from you. You have such funny stuff. You have such serious investigative stuff. She has protests, and she's been so supportive of so many other people in the community. And I really appreciate that aspect of you, T. So keep doing what you're doing, and thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, just spread awareness. That's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things, the freest thing, the easiest thing, is hit that like and subscribe and share. Because this can't go on. We don't want this abuse to continue anymore within Scientology.
That's our T. She was amazing. And I have super interview squirrel of the week. Here we go. That's the interview. It was so nice talking to her. I really had fun. It was just like girls hanging out, gab session. The same as like when it was when I did Miriam's interview and crickets. It's just really in Irish. I enjoy talking to these people. These are some of my favorite people in the community, and I appreciate the work that they do. So there'll be more interviews to come. Next week's interview, I don't know if I should say it. I don't want to jinx it, because what if they can't find the time? But it's planned to be Moose on the Loose. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. And that's it for today, guys. I hope everyone's doing well, and I hope everyone gets a chance to go out and do something fun today. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Then I hear